Hi students, today we are learning about the lenses, and lens is a transparent medium through which the light travels, and when it is travel through the lens it is going to be refract. So we learn that one refraction at curved surfaces. So here let us suppose a lens must be taken with the radius of curvature r. Here let us take a point source O. From that one a light ray is incident at a point. You can take this is the incident ray, incident at a point A you can take, and this incident ray, after incidenting this lens, it is going to be refract and it incident on the principal axis and forms the image I, and this is the refracted ray. Now this curvature is dividing these two media into separation. This is a refractive index of the medium in which object is situated. This is, let us say, it is mu1. And this entire part of this inside the lens, this is a denser medium whose refractive index is mu2, you can say. Now let us suppose a normal is drawn from the A and it is P, you can say, and this is P dash, you can say. Think that one, this P dash is negligible. Either P dash or P dash P, both are same, because this particular part comparing this lens is negligible. Now a normal is to be drawn from this point A this is a normal drawn, the normal, so because incident ray makes an angle with the normal is theta 1, and with the normal the refracted ray takes an angle theta 2. And the normal always be strikes from center of curvature, and from this curvature whatever the distance to C is nothing but radius of curvature, and the distance from object to this P is nothing but object distance, and distance from curvature to this image is the image distance, you can say. Now this is the diagram explaining how the object is falling, the incident ray, and how it refracted forms the image at I, you can say. Now this total part is a denser medium, this part is a rarer medium, you can say. Now in this way, let us suppose that an angle of incident ray makes with the principal axis is alpha, and the angle made by the normal with the principal axis is beta. The angle which forms by the refracted ray with the principal axis is gamma. Let us suppose that. Right. Now according to the triangle principles, what happened, we will take in triangle, what is this one? OAC you can take. This is a normal line. It is the normal line, you can see. Right? Now from the triangle OAC you can say. OAC. This OAN is nothing but the external angle for this triangle. Therefore, what happened? The external angle theta 1 is equal to to sum of the two interior opposite angles, because the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, and except these two, this theta 1, this particular angle becomes a linear pair. Hence, the sum alpha plus beta is nothing but the linear pair with the theta 1, you can say. Therefore, theta 1 is nothing but alpha plus beta, you can say. It is 1. Equation 1. Now, again, triangle, we will take CIA. CIA. In this one, external angle is what? Beta. Beta. So, except this linear pair, what happens? The sum is nothing but 180 degrees. Therefore, external angle is nothing but the sum of the two interior opposite angles. What are the two interior opposite angles? Theta 2 plus gamma. But we write in terms of theta. Theta 2 is nothing but beta minus gamma, you can say it is 2. Now, we know that one, the Snell's law. What is Snell's law? We know that one. According to the principle of the refraction, so when a light ray goes from the one medium to other medium, the normal divides the plane as an incident ray and a refracted ray either sides. So that is why here you can write that one, mu1 sine I angle of incident to mu2 sine angle of refraction, you can say. But here angle of incident and angle of refraction we have taken as a theta 1 and theta 2. Therefore, let us write that one, mu1 sine theta 1 is equal to mu2 sine theta 2. But we suppose that theta 1 and theta 2 are very small. If you can suppose that, then so this sine theta 1 is almost all equal to theta 1 and sine theta 2 is almost all equal to theta 2. So when the angles are very small, the sine 0 becomes 0, like this one. So here this equation has become mu1 theta 1 is equal to mu2 theta 2. But what is theta 1 and theta 2? Theta 1 we got the alpha plus beta, theta 2 is nothing but beta minus gamma. We will substitute mu1 into theta 1. What is that one? Alpha plus beta is equal to mu2 into theta 2 instead. What will write? Beta minus gamma. So beta minus gamma will get. So here mu1, what is this? Alpha plus mu1 beta is equal to mu2 beta minus mu2 gamma. We separate this one as a mu1 alpha, then beta will take one side. This mu2 gamma will take this side because plus mu2 gamma is equal to here mu2 beta minus mu1 beta. Now we'll write this equation as a mu1 alpha plus mu2 gamma is equal to here what we write mu2 minus mu1 of beta we can write. Let us make this equation as a 3. Right. From this one triangle, from this diagram, we will go for this one alpha, beta and gamma sake. Because we have to bring this relation between the refractive index, the radius of curvature, we separate the two media of the refractive index of medium 1 is m1, mu1 and refractive index of the other medium is mu2. So when it is separated, this objective distance and the image distance, the relation we should bring out. Here from this another triangle, from the triangle, which one will take? O, A, P will take. O, A, P. Here I am writing tan alpha. Tan alpha is nothing but what? Opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite by adjacent you can take. Opposite is what? AP. By adjacent is nothing but OP dash will take. OP. OP. But here what I can write this? Tan alpha is also nothing but I can write as a alpha only. Because alpha, beta, gamma are also very small if we think. Next, triangle APC. Triangle APC is there. Now from this one what we can write? Tan beta is nothing but beta, because when the theta is, angles are very small. Now opposite side AP by, I would see adjacent is what? PC. So but actually the radius of curvature is taken from the P dash C, but we'll take right from here in this one PC. So PC is nothing but I may write as a AP by P dash C I can write, because P and P dash is a negligible distance when comparing. The thickness of the lens is nothing but comparing, very small comparing this one, object to distance, image distance and the radius of curvature. So now again from the triangle, one more, what is that one? AIP. AIP you can say. Tan gamma is nothing but gamma, as angles are very small. Then opposite side AP by adjacent side is nothing but P dash I you can say. But P dash is nothing but what I can write? AP by PI you can write. Now these alpha, beta and gamma values we can substitute in the equation 3. So put alpha, beta and gamma values in equation 3. Then you can write what happened? Mu1, okay, refractive index of the medium in which object is situated, into alpha. Alpha value is what? AP by OP, right, plus mu2 into gamma value is there. What is gamma value? Gamma is nothing but AP by PI is equal to, here mu2 minus mu1, mu2 minus mu1. Then beta is nothing but what? Beta value you can take. Beta is nothing but AP by P dash C you can say. P dash C is nothing but PC. It is PC. So therefore AP by PC. So PC, P dash C value AP by PC will take and it becomes a P dash C you can take. So now it is P dash. Now in this way common term is what? AP I can cancel, because in every term the AP present is there. Then we will write mu1 by OP is there, plus mu2 by P dash I is there, is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by this P dash C is there. Now what are this OP? OP is the distance of object from the curvature, lens curvature part. Then curved part. P dash I is nothing but the image distance you can say. And P dash C is nothing but the radius of curvature. But by applying the sign convention, so you see the object distance, all the distance are must and should measured from the pole of the lens. So therefore, this distance we are taking in opposite direction to the incident ray. Therefore, this object distance, let us suppose that it is minus u. Right. Next, place, this is mu2 the refractive index of the medium in which image is situated. P dash is nothing but V, because it is in the direction of the incident ray, and from the P we are taking, so therefore it is positive distance. Next, mu2 minus mu1 by P dash C is nothing but R. R is the radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is also taken from the pole towards the right side and towards in this direction of the incident ray only. So therefore this radius of curvature particularly divides the two media as this mu1 rarer media, this mu2 is the denser media, and which radius of curvature is dividing this curved surface is the medium into two parts, where that light ray appears to be refract. Now for the convenient you can write mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by R, you can write. Now in this way you can better understand that one. Mu2 is what? The refractive index of medium in which image is situated. By which distance you are taking? Image distance you are taking. Minus, then this mu1 is what? The refractive index of medium in which object is situated. Object is situated by its objective distance. By objective distance. Objective distance is equal to this is what? Difference of refractive indices of media which separated by the curved surface. Separated by the curved surface by the radius of curvature which separates the media. So this is the formula we can generate from the lens, the curved surface. So generally lenses have the two curved surfaces. One is towards this side and one is, we can establish this side. The two curved surfaces may form the lens like this one. But we can establish that formula, this one, this is called, what is the refraction at curved surfaces. This formula is mainly required to how the further lens maker's formula and the lens formula, how we are going to get, and this formula is most useful for us to better understand about the refraction. It is simple thing that one, let us take one point object. From the point object the incident ray may be incident on the lens, the curved surface, and from that one the ray which refract and it incident at eye, and this incident ray and refracted ray must be divided by a normal line, the normal line which joins the center of curvature. And after that one, just we can imagine that alpha, beta and gamma, three angles which are made by the principal axis. The incident ray, normal and the refracted ray, which are making with the principal axis the angles. So from that one, Snell's law, slowly we have developed this formula, and this formula is very, very useful to further we can learn how the lens is going to be construct or make. So lens maker's formula later on we can learn, and this you can better understand this one. And if you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.